Hey guys, today episode 2 of Moon Knight dropped on Disney Plus, and I'm so excited to dive into spoilers for this episode. But before we do, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Alright, let's talk about Moon Knight episode 2. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Alright guys, so episode 1 gave us a lot of information, but not a whole ton of answers. It ended with that cliffhanger of Moon Knight in that incredible suit, beating the crud out of that jackal, and completely destroying the bathroom at Steven's work, which coincidentally is how we start episode 2. He's in big trouble for doing that. Now, he's the one who kind of tells on himself as he wants his little security buddy there to go through and see the jackal. But what he realizes is, well, as he's watching the footage, they don't see the jackal. I thought that was crazy and a great touch because it really makes Steven start to truly question himself. He's not exactly sure what is going on and what's happening. Is he bonkers? Like, he literally says, like, I gotta make sure I'm not mad, right? I feel like maybe I'm a little bit crazy. So he ends up getting fired and he realizes, oh yeah, I have this phone that I found in my house. He finds a phone and he finds a key to a storage unit. And what does this mean? He doesn't know. The phone has like 1 billion missed calls from someone named Layla. Also someone else who we don't know anything about just yet. And Layla calls, "You're my husband. Why are you doing this weird accent? What's going on?" Well, he decides to track down this storage unit. And what does he find but like a room with like guns and money and that scarab, of course, a little bed. Like, what is happening? This is so weird. He's arguing with himself in the reflections, per usual, or I should say he's Steven arguing with Mark, which I find very interesting. I love their dynamic. You know, Mark's just like, listen, all right, I'm an avatar for Khonshu, so technically kind of you are. Let's just get this stuff done. Let's not involve Layla, and, you know, I'll leave you alone. You'll never have to hear from me again. Well, he ends up, of course, one of my favorite scenes is in the hallway as he's running away from Khonshu. I love that scene. I think it's fantastic and it's terrifying. So terrifying. Like, that scares me the way it's like, and the lights, and like sometimes Khonshu's there and sometimes he's not. Like, what is even happening? The show is so bonkers and I love it. I love how dark and I love the thriller aspects, right? The intensity and the suspense and the edge of your seat. It's one of my favorite things about this series, and this episode really truly delivers on that as well. Of course, then he runs into Layla, almost quite literally, and the two have this dynamic of where she's just like, stop, right? Like, stop, Mark. What are you doing? I'm not buying this act. What's happening? I love the dynamic between the two of them. He discovers that this is Mark's wife, or his wife. What is happening? Then, of course, the police come. But it's not even the police, you guys. It is more people that are working for Arthur Harrow, and he gets to see this community that looks like things are maybe nice there, right? It's all this manipulation that's going on between Arthur and Steven, right? He knows that Steven isn't I don't know, as intense as Mark, right? Maybe he's a little bit more gullible than Mark. So he's really trying to use him here. Like, oh, you're a vegan. I made you some soup. Like, this soup is so good. Look at all of us here. We're doing so lovely. We're making tomatoes and we're learning 4 languages each. And it's just like, Steven's kind of like swayed by it a little bit at first until Mark starts to argue with him through the soup bowl. Another fantastic thing. Also, when he argues with him through the gun, it's just, I love all the like little places they decide to put reflections in this series. But anyways, I think it's fantastic when the two of them start arguing a little bit, and Mark's more just like, hey, don't say anything about Layla, like she's gonna get in trouble. And then what happens is Layla shows up, because of course she does, why not? So you've got all this going on, and for the first time, he summons the suit. Steven summons the suit, not Mark. And it's like legit a suit. Okay? I love that. It's Mr. Knight. It's stunning. It looks amazing. It's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. And then, of course, he fights the jackal. Another thing that I really loved was him fighting this jackal, but the moments where sometimes you see the jackal and sometimes you don't, like Layla has to throw stuff and it breaks and you can kind of see the jackal. I find that very interesting, the way that they did this fight scene. The choreography is amazing. I can only imagine what was going on with Oscar Isaac, like literally fighting nothing. But that's one of my favorite moments in this episode. But there's just so much going on here that again, gives you that horror, that thriller, right? These dark moments. Mr. Knight is totally my favorite, but I do love the manipulation of Arthur in this. I feel like we finally get this time with Arthur, right? I love getting to know him a little bit more as a villain, getting to know the villain a little bit more and seeing just how manipulative he is, you know, and what he's willing to do to save the world, like kill children that might do something in the future. I mean, yes, it's the same trope that we've seen several places before, you know, it's like a Minority Report type thing. It's a Civil War II in the comic books. Like, yes, we've seen this stuff before, right? Where do you draw the line? If you know someone's going to commit a murder 30 years in the future, do you kill the kid? I mean, it's like, did they kill baby Thanos? Like, what is happening? So I kind of love that whole, like, Arthur feels like he's the good guy and he's not the villain. Villains are never the villain of their story. So I really enjoyed getting to know him a little bit more here. And of course, we get Layla in here and we get her interactions with Mark as well as Steven. And I love when Steven kind of realizes what Mark's done and he's like, I'm never letting you out again. I found that very interesting too. I love the relationship between Steven and Mark. And it's just gets better and better as the series goes on, which I can't say too much. But this is one of the best episodes. I really liked the first episode as an introduction, but this one I really enjoyed just because it felt so quick paced and it felt like we were getting a lot more information. Definitely more information about Arthur Harrow and what his plans are. You guys let me know what you thought about episode 2 of Moon Knight down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos like this. Movie reviews, television reviews, celebrity interviews, and trailer reactions. You guys can also check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.